Hey everybody, clearing. Okay, so today I'm gonna dive right into a chakra spine of fire reading, which just means I'm gonna cover all the basics and see where the feminines and masculines on the left, feminines on the right, where each are regarding the energetic connection, the material realm, and the sexual, sensual connection. So thank you, Divine Creator, for using me as a channel of only the highest and most beneficial information coming through for the incredibly beautiful twin flame collective, divine counterparts, spiritual love community that joins me here. What is it that we can see for the counterparts at this stage in the energy? What are the energetic potentials? Well, I looked at them, so I have to say about them. This is the fall of the karmic towers, and masculines are very much ready to usher in a brand new foundation for themselves, I just heard. And the energetic, or the spiritual, or this is the sexual deck, the Erotic Tarot. 1, 2, 3, and then I still need to shuffle the masculine and feminine decks. I'm just going to do one for each counterpart, 4 decks in the center here. These are going to be the feminines and the masculines. So this is how each of the counterparts are experiencing the energies or any other channeled messages that need to come out. Okay, so let's see. Energetically, crown chakra, we have seal of Metatron in the energetic realms. So form, structure, foundation, cosmology. What I'm really hearing is that both have learned to go to higher guidance as a way of life. There's a form, seal of Metatron. So this is master manifestation. In the energy, both counterparts are available or have it available to them to manifest through connection to source with the priorities in alignment with the cosmos. What is the physical realm energy that's happening? Wow. Self-love, clearing the confusion, cutting through the fog, and divine masculine in the house. So yeah, I mean, feminines, you've been manifesting this or going through the rite of passage to learn how to manifest while your masculine has been MIA or, you know, doing the things that they've needed to do. And here comes the masculines because they are also now really understanding the manifestation 101 that is allowing them to show up in their divinity, embodied. What is this doing for the sensual connection? Page of Feathers. So that's usually my card of open curiosity, the student. Let's have a look. This one says in the inverse like this: keep it on the surface. If you open up to her, it'll be all over town. If you go too deep too quick, she'll run. Okay, so masculines, there is a masculine showing up here, and then the flighty feminine. This has kind of been in the energy that masculines are approaching in a way that's not going to be too much. After everything's been said and done, you know how it resonates for your scenario. These are the masculines coming in with kid gloves. Is that the saying? My grandma used to say that. Just really, really tender, tiptoeing in for fear of the feminines bolting and becoming the runners. So it's funny when one counterpart isn't ready and there's a runner-chaser dynamic. When that balances out, it doesn't go to a reverse runner-chaser dynamic, right? It has to have that staying power for things to deepen, but it only takes one runner-chaser dynamic before it balances out, and then that favor is not repaid, but it stays there, because when both are conscious, there's more accountability and there isn't that volatile energy. So when the masculines come on board, they're conscious enough not to do things that will chase. They are just standing there. Look at this masculine just standing there. So yeah, feminines require somebody being very authentic, very mature, very genuine, very thoughtful, embodied, empowered, so that they're not going to run. But let's have a look. How is this energy on the crown chakra playing out for the masculines? Something neutral. Yeah, they're using their intuition to read your intuition, feminines. So they're tuning into you. I mean, that's love. They really care how you are going to respond, how you view them. They're finally tuning into your radio station here, feminines, so that they can read you the way that you've been practicing reading them. They're being objective about this, and they're really seeing what is there, who you really are. They are understanding you. What are the masculines or the feminines experiencing in this energy? Wow, Tower. This is definitely some major life-changing energy. Something about what the feminines are up to right now is a game changer, radical. It's in the physical world. It's divinely guided. So being that the feminines are a little bit naive and skittish, and the masculines know that, I'm getting for most of the connections here that the masculines have not shared with you, feminines, what they are seeing in the potentials, and that you're going through some changes right now that are life restructuring in some regard, that is bringing you into alignment with your masculine, but that your masculine is seeing happening in a way that they are not sharing with you, because they don't want to scare you at what they feel is possible with these new changes, what's being ushered in with these new changes. And so they're just sort of observing, watching as this unfolds, as you make moves, feminines. Okay, what can we see for the third eye chakra? Seal of individuality, authenticity, uniqueness, integration. Yeah, so everybody's coming online with who they really are in an energetic sense. This is very authentic. What's happening in the physical? Transformation that is ending anxiety. So when we are inauthentic, when we're wearing a mask, when we're not living our truth, we have a lot of anxiety, because anxiety is just an energetic discernment of how far off of true north we are. So if we're in true north, we're in alignment, we feel peace. I do want to say that this major life-changing switch up that the feminines are doing is to bring in peace, clear this anxiety. Masculines are also poised, wanting peace, and so not wanting to rock the boat with the feminine, but observing. But yes, intuitively, everybody is looking at how to prevent anxiety. It's not so much, you know, just trying to prove an agenda or go forward bullheaded. This is like very conscious navigation. So what is this doing for the sensual connection? The lovers, it's grounding the love. Let's read. Lovers in the inverse. It can be a fine line between frisson and drama. Keep it light for now. Walk away from complete clashes of interest. Yeah, so masculines are leading this by keeping it light. And feminines, you've dropped agendas. For the ones that are coming into an increase of communication or a different stage of the connection, there's a deepening here that is very much not getting ahead of each other or oneself. So masculines aren't, you know, pushing an agenda here, although they're seeing things in new ways. Feminines are also not assuming that there's more here than what is actually practical and available. So everybody's kind of keeping it light for now. What can we see for the masculines on the third eye? This intuitive desire to end anxiety by becoming even more authentic, or stepping into the physical with this authenticity. Okay, so masculines are keeping it present, keeping it in the moment, walking away from things that trigger, walking away from omitting details, walking away from leading the feminine on. This is very genuine, practical. They're taking a new look at how they can be more real with you, feminines, more authentic without it having to be laced with insecurity, I just heard. So insecurity can cause the masculines to lead you on, even if they're not ready for a relationship. It can cause them to say they're not interested in you at all in some aspects when they are. So this is more that middle path where they are showing up, they're being kind, but they're not sugarcoating or flowering, making it too flowery. They're just really just showing up as the real them, I'm hearing. They're no longer second guessing what they think you need or want to hear, feminines. Awesome. How are the feminines experiencing this uniqueness and integration of the real counterparts? Hierophant, divine guidance. So that's beautiful. We're getting that the feminines are really following spiritual guidance here in all of these new things that are unfolding. The feminines are allowing for, there's that peace dove again, for peace to lead the way through the labyrinth of what's about to unfold. This is that divinely guided crown chakra stuff. The feminines are paying attention to this higher guidance, this crown chakra guidance that's bringing them into alignment with their masculine. I wanted to say indirectly, but it's not indirect. It's a direct course to union, but it's not because of what the masculines are saying or leading. It's literally the divine guidance that's coming in, and it's on the intuitive level. What can we see for the throat chakra? Communication, discernment, discipline, and order. So this is where we bring rhyme and reason to our conversations, to the things that we're talking about, the things we're solving. This is where we balance it out and we have an effective reality emerging. There's discernment. Both are savvy. Both are speaking and hearing truth. Now, because there's authenticity, there's not a lot of filigree. There's not a lot of fluffy extra energy. So there's both are being disciplined in how they are presenting the energy and how they are receiving. So that filter is through love now, I just heard, and not fear. What is happening in the physical with the communication? Okay, secrets coming to light about these tower moments. So lightning bolt, there's the tower. The feminines are intuitively being guided right now to make some major adjustments, changes, moves, plans in their life. In some regard, it's hidden right now with the moon, but that is going to be coming to light. It's in the works. It's being navigated right now in the physical. So this may be things that the counterparts aren't telling those around that they already know about, or it might be things that come out of nowhere and it's go time and the feminines are making these changes. What is the sensual connection doing here? 7 of shells. So that's the 7 of cups. We already got that card. Role play, active imagination, gorgeous fantasy, altered states due to chemical, artistic, or sensory illusion, hormones. Okay. I'm getting like a springy kind of newness brewing. You know, when lightning strikes in the forest, it infuses everything with nitrogen, which makes everything come alive, and it's so green. So even though it can start forest fires, it also brings new life. And whatever this is under the surface, there's this almost like spring kind of passion brewing under the surface in the connection. It's like this instinctual thing it's the scent of alignment. I just heard. What were the masculines doing a while back? Like, yeah, that's happening here. So everybody's kind of feeling some things right now. How are the masculines experiencing this? I would say not direct communication, but direct changes happening. What's going on for the masculines in this regard? They're still healing heartache and establishing the friendship here. So part of the tentative steps the masculines are taking right now isn't just so that the feminines don't run. It's also because they're still healing heartache and they're not ready to go full in, but they are establishing this friendship foundation. So yeah, if there's not a lot of communication right now, feminines, it's because your masculine is doing the healing work. If you are in some communication, it is because you are their ride or die. If this is open communication and your counterpart knows of these major changes going on in both of your lives right now, then this is truly tandem processing and this red thread that has brought you together, that there are no coincidences and you're both appreciating the process. But yeah, the masculines are exposing the heartache because the friendship is behind it. And I'm kind of like, this is that big spoon energy. Like the friendship here is cradling this heartache and giving the masculines this opportunity to not rush. No rush. What can we see for the feminines? Yeah, Two of Wands, stepping out of comfort zone. This is venturing out. This can be travel. This can be moving. This can be going a geographical distance. But it is pushing the envelope, pushing the edge, doing something beyond, and trusting. There's victory here, the gravity of this. There's the sun. That's a lot of positive reassurance. So the feminines are kind of taking a leap of faith right now. And I'm getting with the moon and the tower that they don't know how it will turn out, but they know that it feels like they've got to kind of shoot their shot with whatever it is that's being presented. There's like a part of this destiny, this path here. The feminines know it's bringing whatever this tower, whatever this major restructuring, the feminines know it's bringing them into very close alignment with their masculine. So watch for that, feminines. If you are watching this for somebody and you're not seeing some change of course presenting directly or indirectly, if things aren't coming out for you, consider that you might not be going towards an aligned partner right now. Really look at if the person that you are watching this for is somebody that you could actually see yourself aligning with, or if it's just the potential that you are hanging on to. Because there is a difference between how people are actually and what the potential is. And so I'm hearing for some that are not right now or in the near future, the next few weeks, Mercury comes back out of retrograde on the 1st of January. So if in this period of time you haven't seen some transformative decision that puts you further on your destined path and aligns you with who you believe to be your counterpart, consider that this particular message isn't for you. And that doesn't mean you're not destined for true love or that you're not a twin flame or on the twin flame path. It just means that this particular group of people coming into union energies or deepening are in a slightly different soul group. True love is available to everyone that does the work. There is no finite number of people who are going to come into unions. And so you're not going to miss out on love if you want it. If you want to heal and balance out codependency and lower vibrational patterns, you will. When you solve those logistics for yourself, you will be in alignment for real love, because that's the only rite of passage that qualifies you to actually know yourself well enough to have true connection. But for those who are seeing major shifts and changes and circumstances unfolding, these feminines know that it's bringing them closer to their counterpart, even though there may not be a lot of the direct communication planning with each other. It's a very aligned, independent, sovereign motion for both at this time. What can we see for the heart chakra on the energetic level? Spiritual path, life lessons, and karma. So on the heart, there's this tree of life. I'm seeing, because this is chakra Kabbalah and it has the tree of life here with the heart in the center. And so this is the rooting process. I'm hearing that this is where the counterparts are sending down those stabilizing roots and also sending the branches high to the heavens. And so this is the centering where we're thankful for everything that has happened and ready for everything that's about to happen. Spiritual path, it's now more about the spiritual growth than the mundane safety concerns or trauma responses. We've up-leveled out of that influence and getting into these levels of mastery that is running with the life lessons and now able to impart wisdom on others coming up through those karmic ranks. On the heart space, there is this compassion opening. And so these unions are being brought in due to this stabilized heart opening motion that the counterparts are undergoing right now. And this is where individuals have been prepared on their own, and now that growth indicates the partnering and this shared exponential motion into the world associated with each other. Power in numbers, strength in numbers, imaginal cells. In the material realm on the heart chakra, we are getting 6 of Cups and 7 of Swords. 6 of Cups in the inverse means this is like that soul reunion. On the heart space, it's not about the romance. It's literally about this life path trajectory of the counterparts that's hidden from even the counterparts right now. The reunions are set to come in, but it's not directly in the way that sweep you off your feet energy right out the start gate. This is creeper energy where it's coming in, it's backed by this soul affinity, soul alignment, but this is not the priority. That's why it's said that these romantic relationships are the icing on the cake. that it's the spiritual path, the spiritual process. So this more harmonious affinity that's coming in is unfolding, but it's cloaked because there's so much life going on right now that you're not really able to see all of the ways that the changes that are happening are actually bringing union in. Except, of course, because you're watching this, it's spiritual commentary. What can we see for the sensual connection? Three of shells. That's the Three of Cups. In the inverse, it's pointing to more than friendship, and this connection being the two left standing. So the universe is bringing the counterparts together for a greater purpose and influence in community. Example, template rewriting. Okay, marriage. You might want to spend a little bit more time beyond your bubble of two first. Appreciate your friendships. Oh, ooh. So yeah, everybody, this is like marriage is on the table here. Life partnership is on the table here. This romantic relationship is on the table here, but there is a community building friendship fortifying stage unfolding. This is really, really freaking rad. Okay, seriously, this is a stunning message to come in right now. So yeah, this is about focusing on networking with your counterparts, extended constellation of friends and family. This is the stage where that sort of comes in. People get to know each other. It may not be common knowledge that you have a romantic affinity, but there is team building in the energy here. It's so cool. How is this happening in the masculines? Awareness. Okay, so they have been guided to hold back. It's funny because I said imaginal cells, and the imaginal cells are when the caterpillar goes into the cocoon and becomes this whole other creature. The DNA is different in the butterfly than the caterpillar that it came from. The imaginal cells are responsible for that. Those are the new cells that give way for this new winged creature. And as you do team building and community building and, you know, acclimating to this extended experience of your counterpart. So there's going to be crossover with friends and family and those kinds of things happening. Masculines are understanding that this is the formation of the wings of this thing. This is the scaffolding that is helping this magnificent new thing be birthed, that it's a requirement that instead of all of these false illusions, that unfavorable illusions that might come against the connection, that masculines are investing in community and patience in building this in a really beautiful, holistic way. They are relying on divine timing, but they are very, very aware of what their heart is wishing for here. So your masculines might not want to jinx it by telling you everything that they're considering and feeling, but it's going to be revealed in time. And one day, feminines, your masculines are going to spread these wings and your connection will fly. It will be like unassuming, and then all of a sudden, ta-da! So there is going to be a great reveal, and that is akin to the messages that have been coming through lately, where I've been getting to say that with the greatest manifestations, one day you or somebody you know says, did you ever in a million years imagine da 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 da? And you say, as a matter of fact, back then I did. And it was like this. I just didn't see it like this at the time. And that's the same kind of thing. Like one day, the masculines are going to spread these magnificent wings with this connection.
And there's going to be this idea of, wow, did you see this coming? And the masculines will be like, yeah, of course I did. Yeah. Oh, uh-huh. It's very good stuff. Okay, feminines. Neat. Okay, what can we see for the feminines? How are the feminines experiencing this on the heart? No communication. So feminines, how beautiful. Really getting from this, and I can concur, that there is not so much of a need to know anything because you're handling your autonomy. You're not saying yes to anything that doesn't actually sit well with your soul. And that is a highly intuitively guided motion. Because you're so directed by your higher guidance and your connection to source, you don't really even need any of that external validation, gratification, information from your counterpart. You're doing you. That's the way it should be, feminines. And so when you're not needing to know details or how it will all play out, you only need to do that if you're insecure about what you're doing. Otherwise, you're good either way. So yeah, feminines, this is a huge triumph here. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. That means your heart is secure. That means you've rooted into your own grounding and reached to your own connection to source, and you're good. It's now just pleasant surprises left and right after pleasant surprises up and down. It's good energy, feminines. What can we see on the solar plexus chakra energetically? Enthusiasm, learning, generosity, and fortune. So this is true empowerment and that solar, that sun energy. This is specialization in careers, abundance. This is alignment with money story. This is finding your niche. This is life purpose. This is like really being embodied at home in your skin and out there doing mission. So the energy is ripe for this to catapult people into their purpose-led lives. This whole last year, just over a year, since last November, I kept getting that Ace of Wands card, which is life purpose and alignment, and this is the embodiment of it. We've been investing in that process, that motivation for a year in the energy, and now it's coming out into public. Okay, 8 of Cups and 8 of Swords. So crazy eights here. This is allowing for things that held us back, that caused us to play small, that we gave the power to. So this again, it's on the solar plexus chakra. This is our empowerment chakra. So the things that we played small because of, we're taking our power back and walking away from those things. We don't have to keep ourselves in those situations that cause us to undermine or downplay our extraordinary, authentic selves. And so this really is becoming enthusiastic to show the world who we really are, our spiritual, realized, higher selves, our highest timelines, to come out with all that. What is this doing for the sensual connection? 10 of Shells. This is grounding the ultimate happiness. It's bringing the airy-fairy interpretation of the heaven on earth down so that it's accessible. 10 of Shells. What does this guidebook say about it? Take a closer look. Are rainbows and unicorns covering up what's really going on? Okay. So we have a lot of fantasies when we're in karmic limerence. When we become realists, when we become authentic, we're not fooled. We're not fooled by the stuff that, all that glimmers is not gold. And so right now, this is the reveal. If you want true fortune, if you want authentic alignment, generosity, you have to get rid of all of the pretense, all of the wishful thinking, and really take a fine-tooth comb. Am I actually seeing what is there? Or am I wishing for a savior to come in and make it different and spinning my wheels while life is passing me by? Don't be in waiting energy, people. You have much more empowered opportunity here to be self-directed, fully realized,
self-motivated, and to actually manifest what you want to manifest in this connection and in your life, or in a love connection if this turns out not to be a fit. Once you go through the growth that you are going through right now, some will outgrow who they think is their person right now. If you want help learning how to manifest, get a session with me. I did just open some. I would love to work with you. I feel a couple out there that really want to know how to manifest, even if it's not just with this relationship, and to attract abundance. How are the masculines experiencing this empowered motion where they're becoming more practical? Yes, they've healed. They are balancing this out. They're in emotional balance and non-attachment. And so now they're really looking at what is here, and that includes the love that they've been denying in these connections. So they are now seeing that part of that intense magnetic pull and chemistry was because there is this soul level affinity to create a lot of abundance and revolutionary energy into the world. Uncharted territory, innovation. These are the magical, never before seen combinations. What are the feminines experiencing here with this empowerment? Okay, taking a really good look at all the dashed hopes and dreams of the past and how it's a blessing in disguise that a lot of that stuff didn't pan out the way that you thought it would. You would not be where you are today if those things didn't happen exactly the way they needed to for you. And so before, it would have been false. It would not have had the depth, the fulfillment, the sincerity of what you are promised, what is coming to you, what is your energetic inheritance for having gone through this purification process. What is it on the sacral chakra that we can see? Simultaneity, nonlinear processing, and epiphanies. So there is a sexual revolution happening by both right now. This is where that friendship energy is being alchemized into more, but that it is still establishing. You are on the same page as your counterpart right now. So if you're feeling sensual sparks, they are. If you're feeling balanced and more platonic, they are. Whatever heating and cooling period you are in right now, it's shared by your counterpart for the purpose it needs to have at this stage, in this moment, on this day for your connection. What is happening in the, full enlightenment about the 5D, about the separation being an illusion, about the interconnectedness. This is like absolutely same page energy. And this is where we are healing the fear regarding separation. Full consciousness is being brought to these periods of separation. And what I'm getting is that they are no more scary than exhaling your breath. It's a natural part of living, is to inhale and to exhale. Separations are exhales. They should just be so relaxed that you know that when you inhale, you're integrating and you're processing. And when you exhale, you're releasing, you're letting go, and you're allowing. And then there will be time to take a fresh breath in, and that newness will ensue. And then inevitably you will have to release it and let what will be to be. And so there, on the sacral chakra, there is this heating and cooling that is catching stride. What is this doing for the sexual connection? 6 of Feathers in the inverse. Do you need to make a huge public display about an intimate matter? Okay, so you don't have to have the whole world know about your connection. It can be the most sacred, intimate, holy of holies, secret connection. It does not have to be boastful and known to all the world. It right now can just be this shared telepathic, percolating, slow, eternal sun kind of burn in motivation. It can be part of the fire that's tempering. As soon as you embrace the journey for its ebb and flow, you will be equipped to bring that sovereignty into more closely aligned situations, living situations. Is this like the letting it unfold naturally? These are such intense, with the love of 1,000,000 suns. Such intense love here, pure love. A frequency we're not used to grounding. Even just electrically, we have to have a grounding wire to handle this amount of electrical charge. Same thing. We have to go through the temperance process in order to allow for these connections to ground in the physical. We have to be brought through a processing that holds us accountable so that we can handle the intensity without getting burned. How are the masculines expressing or feeling? Their hearts are opening. I heard the coast is clear. It's becoming very safe for the masculines to open their hearts. Karmic scenarios cause damage in separations. It drives the nail in or twists the knife. But these connections have allowed for the sacred processing in those periods of solitude. And this has caused the masculines to open their hearts to you, feminines. What are the feminines experiencing? Okay, anxiety. So for some feminines, you may have remorse about having chased. Let that go. You haven't screwed it up. Don't worry that your masculine won't open their heart, or that you've screwed it up to the degree that it's not safe for them to do that. Trust that if you're not being mean, if you are expressing emotion and being vulnerable and being open about how you feel and why and your circumstances, and looking like you don't have all the answers figured out, is not the same as being vindictive and malicious and incredibly like premeditating harm. Please get that straight, feminines. Don't take it personally if your connection has not grounded yet. This is such a different process than the at odds kind of version of my person doesn't like me or I'm being rejected. Let go of all of that assessment of reality and know that if you genuinely have an attraction for someone, it is an impossibility that they don't have some kind of an energetic response to you, especially for those watching this. I mean, I'm not talking to regular people out there. This is absolutely calm your own fear here. You haven't done something to push your masculine away. It's been out of necessity for integration, for growth. Please, feminines, put down all of that. What can we see on the root chakra? Ooh. Standstill, suspended animation, and holding space. So Mercury is in retrograde. We're getting a little bit more of that. Are you sure? It's like waiting for things to be done. For real, for real. Like we are getting to that place. What is happening in the physical? Reciprocity and guidance. So this is a period of time to go to higher guidance about what you're bringing to the table, about your alignment. Individuals watching me, this is about, don't worry about what your person is up to. Make sure that you are on par with what you need to be doing right now. What is this doing for the sensual connection? Ace of Shells. This is very sensual graphic with an oyster there, but this is self-love. This is really focus on getting yourself into the wholeness that you need in order to not need something from somebody else, but to then enjoy to the fullest without mind chatter or alternative or ulterior motives or insecurities cluttering up the time you're going to get to spend together. Oh, Suki, what are you doing up there? I have a mint chocolate in that basket. You're not allowed to have chocolate. It's mine. Back off. It's my favorite. Oh, I should put mint chocolate on my Amazon wish list for you guys who love me. Okay, so Ace of Shells. I'm just like with the dog. She can handle it. She's a husky. Ace of Shells. Okay, there we go. In the inverse, make sure that what you feel is founded on what is true. So yeah, exactly. For many, you know, this is going to be the releasing of somebody that's not able to match you. We got a little bit of a flavor of that, but Capricorn season is always about that. Every year it's the getting real type of time of year. And so just keep being true to yourself and allowing for things that don't actually show up for you to not hang on to it needing to be a certain kind of way. Now, please have the discernment to know when somebody legitimately is not wanting to be romantic with you versus somebody who is healing and going through a soul journey. I think most of my viewership can tell the difference between when you're trying to force something that is a lusty thing and convince something that might not be good for you to be there. You can feel this kind of like gnawing feeling in your soul that you shouldn't be doing that. So don't do that. But this is literally just being practical and grounded and realistic. What are the masculines doing? Okay, so this is 0 point. This is root chakra. So on the root chakra, we're getting my root chakra card. So masculines, this is the sure-footed go time in the physical where there is a new beginning coming in. You are saying yes to something in the physical. You don't have the answers, but here we go, kind of energy. And so make sure you don't get into anything that you actually don't feel good about. This is where you have a clean slate, a fresh start, and only the things you say yes to going forward can be there now. Do it with mastery. What are the feminines? What? What are the feminines looking at here? 3 of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands. So another ace. This is the passionate new beginning in the physical, more than meets the eye. So feminines, yes. Be ready for love with this person or with somebody that can match you more truly. Pay attention to the energetics of things. A lot of my viewers are waking up to authenticity and truth on such profound levels to change lives forever. So keep always open to being authentic for what that is, and don't hang on to things and don't tell yourself you're sure. If a person is not in full alignment and you're coming into union and it feels just completely balanced and good, don't assume they're your person. Don't assume that they have to be your person or that it's going to for sure end in something romantically lifelong one day. Don't take it for granted like that. Don't assert your ego on it like that. Stay open. Don't assume, feminines. Follow the things that inspire you and energize you, but don't tell yourself that that means they're a certain kind of way or that they are for a certain kind of purpose. Be openly curious as to what that can be. And I'm hearing, let your masculine start leading here. But make sure that whatever you say yes to is actually a fit for you, or you'll have to clean up your karma. Okay, one last card. What can we see? Thank you, Divine Creator, for bringing through the last... Oops, something that's already happened in the past. Equanimity. Balance your emotions. Avoid polarizing beliefs. Be willing to change your mind. Cultivate inner peace and neutrality. Seek new perspectives to deepen understanding, and stay compassionate. So this is where we're going to start seeing more truth revealed, where there's more safety to just come clean and to show each other who we really are and what we're all about and all of that. And to enjoy the ride and to watch the reveal and to be in this with our soul family that we are all in this traveling with. This is about to unfold on the world in a beautiful, beautiful, real way. Many blessings. Bye for now.